Okay, so that's holding the head. The next step is going to be placing the legs. Um, where should she stay? Placing the legs. So I like to make a point of doing this in front of a mirror so that I can actually see what I'm doing versus just thinking I know what I'm doing. The mirror gives you so much feedback that it's really important to have one. I like to use a rectangular shaped mirror that does or doesn't have a frame, it doesn't matter, but it needs to be pretty big so that you can see the whole dog in the mirror at one time. You can use it if you get one that's big enough but small enough that you can pick it up and move it from place to place. That's great because then you can, move it in different parts of your house. You can put it outside. I'll put it up against my mailbox sometimes so that I can work on the sidewalk because you can see the sidewalk is nice and straight, gives us a place to stack, place to gate, all kinds of good stuff like that. So the first part that we want to stack is the front half of the dog. And we'll do that part first, then we'll do the back half of the dog, and then try and do it all together. So, let's see. All right, Jinxie, come on, puppy. Again. Again. Good girl. All right. So the front half is actually a little more difficult to stack than the back half, I think. And that is because there's so much involved in it, and if you get the front, don't ever pick them up like from the back like I just did. So ideally what you would do is you would get the best free stack. The puppy would be in the best position that you could be in so that you really don't have a lot to do. Good girl. So if you look at her, she's actually pretty nicely standing right now. Her front feet are underneath her. They're nice and aligned. Her back feet are going to need some help. But if push came to shove, I would accept this for her age and say, yay, what a good puppy. So I start out always holding the head, getting control over my dog. Run your hands need to stay connected with your dog. Now you don't want to be grabby or anything like that. This is not connected, but connected means you have nice soft hands that are stroking your dog and letting your dog know where you're going to be coming next, so that you're not just standing here and then all of a sudden you're grabbing down here. Your dog needs to know that your hand is coming into the position that you're going to be touching her. So when you are placing the front end of the dog, you are only going to touch the dog's elbows. Well, you're going to slide your hand, but this is where you pick the dog up from. You do not pick her up from here because this just kind of bends the leg and makes things look good. That'll do. It's getting hot out here. You're going to run your hand down here, give a little shake at the shoulders to make sure that the dog is steady and not about to fall over. Run your hand down. I like to use my finger to point down the dog's leg. You pick up at the elbow. Notice that her toes point down. That tells you exactly where you want her foot to go. You're going to then drive her foot into the ground. Switching hands. So I'm going to switch hands. Now my left hand is holding her head. My right hand slides down, gives a little shake, comes down to the elbow. I'm pointing on the other side. I lift up the foot, drive the toenails down into the ground so that there's a nice straight line from her elbow down. Straight line there. And here we are. Front half is done. Oh, baby's getting tired. Good girl. Okay. That's fine. So, to do the back half, let's start over. Again, we want our front end as nicely placed as we can, especially, oh, sorry, in my way. So, this leg is actually perfect, so I would not bother that one. But, we're going to start out like we normally do. Hand on the head, little shake on the shoulder. This one is out in the wrong direction, so we straighten out that one. And then we worry about the back half. So, right hand holding the head, left hand slides down the body. The side you always want to get done right as quickly as can is the left side, because that's the side the judge is going to see. So, hand slides down. You notice I'm sliding all the way down. This is the point where you pick up the dog's foot, not down here, here. So you slide down, pick up this point, set it so that it goes, that this side is perpendicular to the ground. Drive the toes into the ground. Yeah? Same thing with this side. Pick up, And it goes slightly wider than the width of the hips. And then if you notice, I still slide my hands up, tickle up her tail. She should be okay. She's leaning back a little bit. So one of the things you can do is give a little tug on the tail, and she slides right forward.